Now at 11, a deadly firefight. A New York City fire lieutenant leaves a lasting legacy after he collapses and dies in the line of duty.
And then dangerous conditions, soaring temperatures fuel new fears about a scenario that's already a recipe for disaster.
And on alert, where police are urging people to be on the lookout for someone burglarizing homes.
Live from Studio 7E in Rockefeller Center, this is News 4 New York.
Good evening. Sue is off. Tonight, New York City's bravest are remembering one of their own who lost his life today in the line of duty. Lieutenant Richard Nappy responded to a trade center attack a decade ago. Today, he collapsed battling a warehouse fire. We have team coverage, beginning with News 4's Andrew Siff live in Brooklyn, where one firefighter is still hospitalized tonight. Andrew?
Chuck, this is where, here at Woodhull, where Lieutenant Richard Nappy was rushed this afternoon. Paramedics were talking to him the whole way over, trying to keep him conscious. The medical staff at Woodhull did what they could, but they were unable to save his life. A sad reminder, says the fire commissioner, that there's no such thing as a mundane fire. When the sirens wailed in Brooklyn, the 3-alarm fire at a warehouse on Flushing Avenue didn't seem like much. But some cardboard boxes on the second floor caught fire and the flames spread quickly, and the consequences are devastating.
Sad day.
The mayor spoke about the FDNY's first line-of-duty death in nearly 3 years. Lieutenant Richard Nappy, a 17-year veteran and married father of 2 from Suffolk County, dead of a heart attack after becoming overheated and dizzy fighting the fire. The mayor met with Nappy's widow, Mary Ann, at Woodhull Medical Center.
It's very tragic. There's nothing you can ever say. They were in love, lived together, had kids, and all of a sudden he's gone.
The somber afternoon led to a lowered flag at Engine 237 where Nappy led the squad. He'd previously worked at Lower Manhattan's Engine 7 on 9/11. At that time, Commissioner Sal Cassano was his division chief.
For us that knew Lieutenant Nappy, I had worked with Richie in Manhattan. He was an extraordinary firefighter and an extraordinary fire officer. He was a leader that people would follow.
Now investigators will tackle a host of questions. What triggered the fire on an uncharacteristically hot April day? What caused Lieutenant Nappy to suffer a heart attack?
The firefighters are wearing bunker gear. They're encapsulated. It's very warm. So when you add the ambient temperature being so hot, it certainly adds to the burden on an individual.
Now, as for the other injured firefighters, there were 8 other injuries, 7 of them relatively minor. We're talking about bumps, scrapes, bruises, a little bit of smoke inhaled. One of them was serious. A chief inhaled so much smoke, he was taken to Kings County Hospital, and for a time, he was in serious condition, but he is stable now, although he remains in the hospital tonight. We're live in Brooklyn tonight. Andrew Siff, News 4 New York.
Andrew, thank you. And News 4's Katie Turr picks up our team coverage from Long Island, where Lieutenant Nappy also worked as a volunteer firefighter. Katie?
And Sheba, in addition to his 9 to 5 at the FDNY, Lieutenant Nappy volunteered here in Farmingville, where he lived. By all accounts, he was a fun-loving guy whose big heart extended well beyond his day job. Lieutenant Rich Nappy dedicated almost everything to being one of New York's bravest, but his battles extended well beyond fighting fires. In 2007, the then 42-year-old did what few grown men would dare. He shaved off his full head of hair for charity. Soon after, on his Facebook page, he proudly showed it off at a Mets game.
Rich was a character, and he was a very outgoing, bubbly type of a person.
Chief Bob Hopkins worked with Lieutenant Nappy at the Suffolk County Fire Training Center, where he helped fire companies across the island get
their thoughts and prayers are with his family.
We're going to miss him terribly out here. It's hard to replace somebody like that that is so happy with their life.
And Lieutenant Nappy was a longtime Bruce Springsteen fan. NJ.com reports he even got a hug from the star during a benefit concert for 9/11 families. We're live in Farmingville, Long Island. I'm Carolina Lead, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Carolina, thank you. It is all just so sad. We invite you